Hey, it's Wednesday. I know you feel blessed. I hope you feel refreshed. I'm back. We got another one and stuff. So, as you can see by the title, um, these are 12 things. These things are keeping us broke. Okay. And I say us because I'm not rich. And some of these things I still do and I need to not do. So, I'm here to relate with you. I'm here to encourage you and uplift you and let you know that this could be the reason why we can't get out of that hole that we seem to always fall back into. So as always, I'm gonna try to keep it short for those coming back on the replay. I got 12 things, y'all. Number one, brand name products. We love our brand names. We love our Nikes, um our New Balance, or whatever it is that we like, our Gucci, if you're that type of girl or guy, and so on and so forth. All those name brand things. Why are we willing to pay so much extra money thinking that it's going to matter that we have a higher brand name item? Don't we know that we're just paying for the name? We're not paying for the item. So, in some cases, you could go to um, Walmart, you could go to Ross, you could go to Burlington, a thrift store, things like that, and you can find some really good things, especially at Ross and Burlington. They have those name brand clothing items that are not as expensive. Now, if you're looking for the Gucci bag and the Louis Vuitton and the Fendi and this and that, then, you know, maybe you got a little extra income going on, and shout outs to you because that's what we all need is extra income so that we can be able to get extra things like that we want. But for somebody like me who's low income and who really is broke for real, um, those name brand items they don't do anything for me because store brand is just as good and it is 10 times cheaper. So, maybe it's because of the status, maybe it's because of it's a social type of thing, like a validation type of thing, wanting to fit in type of thing. I'm not sure. But if you can, try to convert. Try to convert over if you're interested. But maybe you are low income and broke like me and you're interested in figuring out how to make more money so that you can get those name brand items, I encourage you. I encourage you to just know that you can do the same thing without the high costing items. Number 2, bottled water. I know you see that on the thumbnail and you looking like, why does she have bottled water on here? Because bottled water is very convenient, but it's also a waste of money because in most cases the tap water is free and it's just as safe. It's only as safe if you use a Bria water system or, there's like those things that you connect to the faucet or you can get a jug for your refrigerator that's going to filter that water out before you even put it in the refrigerator. There's so many different scenarios, but ultimately you're going to save money and you're going to save on polluting our world because all those water bottles, most of us are not recycling. So, just think about the ocean, think about the animals in the ocean, and think about all those things that's going to affect our earth and how our children live. So, bottled water is kind of on the top of the list for me. There's even the home water fountains that you might go to a doctor's office or something. You see that big tank turned upside down and they have the little cups and all. You can have that same system in your home. I had one of those growing up in my house, and it was the same thing. It was just as reliable as bottled water and cheaper. So number 3 is extended warranties. A lot of us have new appliances, new devices, and automatically the first thing they do is ask you, do you want the extended warranty? Now, most of us, we want peace of mind. We don't want to, have any type of risk of anything happening to our new item in the future. So we're going to say, yeah. Well, most of the time, um, you're not really getting your money's worth. You might be paying an additional $25 for repairs on a washer that is not even gonna do anything crazy if you be nice to it, right? If you be gentle to it, it's not gonna do anything crazy within the first couple of years anyway. And within that time, by the time something bad happens, that a warranty has expired. So you pay that extra money, maybe even if it's just one time right now while purchasing that item, it's just a little bit of money that can be saved, especially if you think about how many new items you purchased and added a warranty to. All those things are going to add up. Teach ourselves this. We have to learn this stuff because this stuff is out here to trip us up. And if we don't have, a real understanding on what's going on, then we're always going to be broke. So some of those things from that video are on this list as well. I also did another video, 8 things to stop buying. Lottery tickets is on there because we all go, most of us, we might feel like we work hard. Now we want to spend a little bit of money to get our lottery tickets or whatever. And do you not know that the chances are 1 in a million, literally? Like, why are we not saving this money from our lottery tickets to invest in something? Invest in something that is going to actually have a chance. It actually might have a bigger return. Like I said, the odds of winning the lottery are very low. So why do we keep putting ourselves in that bubble and wasting our money? Number 5, expensive cable. A lot of you still have cable. I can say that I got rid of mine maybe about 8 years ago now. I have Hulu, I have Netflix, I have Disney. I even have a Fire Stick. And Fire Stick is going to give you a majority of the shows that you want to watch anyway for free if you have it set up the right way. Otherwise, there's Netflix, which the prices have gone up on Netflix and Hulu and even Disney, but it's worth it because if you add how much you're paying a month for each of those streaming services, it's going to come out to be cheaper than it was for your cable bill that was almost $200 a month. And on cable, you're watching the same thing over and over, right? Are they ever going to play something else on here? No, because that's how they get us. We keep paying all that money for that cable and they never change what they were showing. Number 6, brand new cars. Of course, everybody wants a brand new car, right? Everybody wants to feel like they worked to get to the point of being able to afford a brand new car. But, though it's tempting, it's not always the best decision because the more we drive it, the more we're going to lose money in it. The more that it's becoming older, the more risk it is of something happening to it. And the repairs are through the roof for a new car. And a lot of times, just like the washers and the devices that we just talked about and the warranties, nothing is going to happen to that vehicle for the first year or two that you have it. Not anything big enough to where you have to use your warranty to fix it. So now you're coming out of pocket. Maybe you look at a car that is a little bit older. A car that's older is going to be cheaper and it is still reliable, believe it or not. Especially like um Subarus or Mitsubishis or Hyundais, like those. Um, we have two old school vehicles. We have a '05 and a '06. One's a truck and one's a car. And when you think about '05 and '06, oh man, that's almost been 20 years ago. Well, yeah, but they still run like a champ. Okay. So there is a possibility in those. Number 7, gym memberships. I was caught up in the web of gym memberships for so long, um, over a couple years, and it was Planet Fitness, and it was during the time where they're like $10 a month, for your fitness or whatever. So, of course, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It has to come out of your account automatically. Well, after the first year, which is what they don't tell you, the membership fees go up. So, and it's already set up to your bank account. And the only way to keep the discount, quote unquote, even though it's went up to now $30 a month instead of 10, the only way to keep that discount of $10 off is to let it continue to come out of your bank account. So there again, now we have, set ourselves up to do something for ourselves, to work on ourselves, and we have things that we can do at home just by walking or running outside or using the equipment we have at home. Those canned goods, yeah, they work. But instead, we want to go to the gym for, again, the validation to say we were there, maybe for the massage chairs, maybe for the sauna. I don't know, the amenities, right? So while our intentions are to use the gym membership all the time, we sometimes fall short. We sometimes don't follow through on what our goals are. And that could just be one that is going to cost you a lot of money. Number 8, impulsive purchases. That speaks for itself. Purchasing things that we want right now just because we can say that we can buy them. We're quickly draining ourselves. Instead of buying stuff all the time, like me, just because you're out, you feel like you got to buy stuff, really thinking about if we really need it or not. And if we can really afford it. We think we could afford it right now because we got the money, but is that money that could be saved for something else? Because I already have 6 of these items at home. This one is just going to be number 7, adding to the pile. There's a variety of reasons why we do impulse purchases. Most of the time, it's because of our emotions. It's because we're happy. It's because we're stressed. It's because we're anxious. Shopping is an emotional trigger, so be careful. Especially if you are not a planner, because even if you are an impulsive purchaser, if you are a planner, you're going to still make sure you have a list when you go to the store, when you go about your day, and you're going to try very hard to stick to that. So I encourage you to plan out your purchases, plan out your trips for the day. It's like eh, every time we leave the house, we spend money. So most of the time, I'm like, nope, I don't need to go anywhere. I literally have everything I need right here. Number 9, phone plans. So a lot of us have unlimited data, unlimited, uh, you know, whatever, texting and all that, right? And that is good. But if you only knew that you don't really use that much data in a month, you might want to change your plan because, of course, it's going to save you money. So, a lot of the phone companies are they're getting us by saying unlimited everything when we don't even need that much space. So, I encourage you to check out the phone plans, compare them to what you have right now versus what else is out there, and actually look at how much you actually use. Believe it or not, if you still get a paper phone bill in the mail, it's going to tell you how much you're using, how much data you're using. Even on your phone, in your app, it's going to tell you how much data you're using. So if you realize that there's a plan that's $25 cheaper with less data, which is not unlimited data, but you're only using about that much anyway, why not? If you have teenagers and other people on your plan, that's different because it could go over easily, especially with children. But just something to think about. Number 10, eating out all the time. Yeah, we talked about this a lot. Of course, it's very convenient. It's also very expensive. We all know that cooking at home is cheaper, cooking at home is healthier, but when are we actually going to consider it? When are we actually going to take the time to plan our meals, to prepare our meals in advance? I'm working on that. Using, certain day of the week to cook, cooking so much that I have to freeze it or put it in the refrigerator for the leftovers for the next day or even the next couple days, just depending on what it is. Do you know how much money that's saving me and my family? So I just encourage you to consider the costs, consider the differences of eating out versus eating at home. Number 11, we are paying for services that we could do ourselves. Haircuts, car washes, uh, cleaning the gutters, spraying the wall at the house, the outside wall. All those things are going to add up, especially if you're paying for each and every single little thing. What if we took that money or some of that money sometimes and put that into learning that skill for ourselves, just depending on what it is, of course. Washing a car, that's easy, right? At least you think it is. Getting even they even have where you can rent a power washer thing and spray the outside of your house or buy one. They're pretty cheap too. Consider learning a new skill, and you're going to be more in control and you're going to be more proud of yourself because you took the time to learn it. And if you have extra time on your hands to waste on YouTube or whatever, then you probably have extra time on your hands to learn a new skill. And YouTube teaches you everything. YouTube taught me how to do makeup. So that's out there as well. And number 12, keeping up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses is always going to keep us broke because we're always trying to buy, buy, buy. We're buying the latest products. We're buying the latest cars or the latest software and so on and so forth. It's just keeping us broke because we are maybe we're doing it because of peer pressure. Maybe it's because we're in a social group and everybody in the group has this and that and the other and I want to have that too. Maybe it's because I have low self-esteem and buying the latest tennis shoes and the latest outfits and things are going to make me feel more popular. Or maybe I feel like I'm missing out on something. Maybe I feel like there's something more important or more valuable that the Joneses have that I haven't obtained yet. First of all, I gotta change my mindset. That's the first thing. That's another video. But as we said before, we spoke on this topic right here before that the Joneses, that the family down the street that has everything, the new house, the new car, all the kids got the Jordans and everything looks all gravy, right? Well, the difference between you and the Joneses is the fact that they're saving money. They're saving so much money and then they're going backwards to spend that money later. So that's the difference. Something to think about. So if you want to not keep up with the Joneses, eventually be the Joneses. So I hope this video helps someone. I hope it encourages you. I hope that you enjoy videos like this because I'd like to keep them coming. So please don't forget to comment afterwards and let me know what you think. Stay humble, stay encouraged, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember, be true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else.